Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to yoga class. This is Tamara Henna. So I started teaching at the first week of the winter quarter. For those of you who don't know the regular time that we have class, if a lot of you watch the videos, but if you ever have a chance to come in person, it's Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:30. Okay, so then you can come and take it live. And the recording will always be up if you can't make this time. Hope everyone's doing well. So we're going to start class today sitting upright. So if you're seated, you can sit up on a block. Nathan is going to demonstrate everything today. So when you sit on the block, you want to have your sit bones towards the front edge of the block, and you can fold one foot in front of the other. And this way your hips are a little bit higher than your knees, which makes it easy to sit up straight and have a nice neutral spine, so you're all the way up on your sit bones. I'm sitting in a kneeling position. That's also fine to do. You can also sit on a chair. It's not required that you're on the floor. The important thing is that you can keep your spine in a neutral upright position. So we're going to start with a little bit of breathing today. So just resting your hands on your knees. Nice upright spine. You can close your eyes and just bring your attention to your breath. We're not doing anything particular with the breath, just breathing in and out through the nose. And just noticing the pattern of your breath. Allowing it to be as it naturally is. From here, we're going to allow the belly to expand on the inhale and drop in towards the spine on an exhale. So that the expansion of the lungs is felt in the abdomen, in the belly. So we call this belly breathing. And from here, we're going to start to lengthen the exhales. Breathing into a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and in 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. And release. And breathing normally for a few breaths. Notice if your breath pattern has changed. And release. Very nice. And opening the eyes, bringing your attention into the room. We're going to begin by rolling the shoulders up and back. Big circles. Forward, up, and back. Keep breathing evenly. And then reverse the circle back, up and forward. And release. Very nice. Clasping the hands in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Turn the palms out. Exhale, round out the back. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Reach the crown of the head up. Exhale and twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, release the elbows, rest slightly just for a second. Good. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, sideways arch, bend to the right, pull the waistline in. Inhale, up through center. And exhale to the other side. Good. Inhale through center. And exhale, release the arms all the way down. Good, let it go. Nice. From here, we're going to do a simple twist. So take the back of the right hand across the left knee. Other hand is behind your back, like a second spine. Fingers up on tented fingers. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, twist and look back. Keep your weight even in both sit bones. And we're going to take one breath here. Inhale. And exhale into the twist. And release to center. Very good. Other side. Left hand crosses over the right knee. Other hand is behind you on tented fingers like a second spine. Inhale, lengthen the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Exhale, look back and twist. One breath here. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale into the twist. Weight on both sit bones. And release to the center. Very good. Coming down off of the block. And reach your feet in front of you. And turn your legs in and out, opening up the hips a little bit. And then from here, we're going to come to tabletop position. So placing a towel, a blanket, or some kind of cushion under your knees. The knees are underneath the hips. The hands are underneath the shoulders. Nice and bright, nice and flat. And we're going to open up the spine, cat-cow. Inhale, lengthen, lifting the head and tail slightly. Exhale, belly to the spine, tucking the head and tail, rounding out the back. Inhale, lengthen, and then slightly lift the head and tail, reach the heart forward, tractioning the spine long as you arch. Exhale, belly to the spine, tucking the head and tail. Inhale through center, lengthen out the crown of the head, lift the head and tail slightly, reach the heart forward, don't let go of that belly, it's still supporting the spine. Exhale, belly to the spine, tucking the head and tail. And one more set, lengthen first, slight arch, reach the heart forward, supporting the spine with the belly. Exhale, belly to the spine, tuck the head and tail. And coming to neutral, sitting back on the heels, open up the wrists, rotating the wrists a couple times. Good, and coming back to all fours, we'll do a sideways arch this time. So if you were looking down on your spine, you want to make a letter C from the crown of your head to your tail. Pull the waistline in, sideways arch. Inhale through center, exhale other side. Inhale through center, exhale to the first side. Inhale through center, pull that waistline in, other side, making a letter C. Inhale up, one more set. Exhale to the other side. Inhale through center, exhale to the other side. Good. Coming to neutral, center, nice long spine. Taking the right hand directly underneath your heart, we're going to go into an open twist. Reach your other hand up into the air and look up at that top hand. Push through the bottom hand, reach to the ceiling with the top. And release to center. Good. Switch hands. Left hand is right under your heart. Open the top hand. Reaching long in both directions, looking up towards the top hand. And release to center. Good. Sitting back on the heels one more time to give your wrists a little break. Good. From here, we're going to do a simple balance. Coming back to tabletop. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. You're going to take the left foot back, and you're going to take the right arm forward over your head like Superman. And then lift the back foot to match the hip. Make sure that you're supporting your spine with your low abs. Reaching long, looking at the floor. Keep the breath going. And gently lower back to tabletop. Very nice. Other side. Take your left leg back, your right leg back. Left arm is over your head. And lift that back foot. Use your abs to support the spine in a neutral position. Keep looking down. Keep breathing. Good. And release. Back to tabletop position. Sitting on the heels. And folding over into child's pose, lengthening the torso over the thighs. The knees are slightly apart. The forehead is resting on the mat. And the arms are by your sides with the palms facing the ceiling. Letting everything go. Sitting all the way down on the heels, allowing the back to open. Very nice. And to come out of the pose, we're going to place the hands down on the mat and support yourself as you roll up to sit. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go into our downward facing dog. So taking your hands to the top of the mat, hands are nice and bright, nice and flat. You want to make sure that first knuckle, the base of your index finger, is on the floor. We're never going to let that sneak up off of the floor. Keep that nice and flat. Very good. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. From here, you're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, reach the hips up and back away from the hands. The ears are between your upper arms, and the back is long. Reaching the heels towards the mat. Good. They're not going to actually touch the mat. If they're touching the mat, then you might want to take a step away from the hands a little bit. Good. And from here, you're going to pedal the feet. Bend one knee and then the other. Reach one heel down and then the other. Good. Keeping your weight evenly in both hands. And then reaching both heels down towards the mat. And very gently lower the knees, sitting on the heels and resting in child's pose. Take the knees slightly apart and folding over. Good, and placing the hands down on the mat, support yourself as you roll up to sit. And we're going to come into downward facing dog one more time, do a slight variation. So take the hands towards the top of the mat, hands nice and bright, nice and flat, tuck the toes, lift the knees, reach the hips away from the hands, reaching the heels towards the mat, making a nice inverted V with the elbows long. And from here, we're going to take our left leg up into the air. Reach it straight up and back. So ideally, we're making a line between the hands through the spine to the foot. And gently lower. And switch sides, taking the other leg up in the air. Good, and gently lowering the knees, sitting back into child's pose one more time. Letting everything go. Torso's folded over the thighs, arms are by the sides, palms facing the ceiling, forehead resting on the mat, knees are slightly apart, sitting all the way back on the heels, letting everything go. Good, and to come out of the pose, place the hands on the mat, support yourself as you come rolling up to sit. Excellent. So from here, we're going to do a couple of variations in a low runner's lunge. So let's get into our lunge. We're going to get there from tabletop. So go to all fours, tabletop position. Take your right foot and place the sole of your foot on the mat between the hands. Might take you a little bit. If you have to cheat and help with your hand, help your leg get up there, that's perfectly fine. What you want is the knee to be directly over the ankle, never forward of the ankle, never cheating in or out, but sitting directly over the ankle. From here, you're going to take the forearms to the thigh and the hands to the hips. The back knee is on the ground. The toes can be tucked or pointed. It doesn't matter, whatever is most comfortable for you. But make sure you keep that mat underneath your knee, so your towel or blanket or whatever you have. From here, we're going to open that front and the back thigh. So bend and straighten into the front knee. Never allow the knee to go forward of the ankle. Good, come to the forward part of the lunge. Place the forearms on the thigh again, leaning forward a little bit. We're going to lift that back knee. So tuck the toes, lift the knee, and reach the heel back. And gently lower the knee down. Control the down. And coming up again, reaching the heel back. And lower. Very good. From here, we're going to go into a full crescent lunge. So reach the arms forward and up to the ceiling. Good. From here, you're going to reach that heart forward and up. That'll give a little bit of an arch in the back. I don't want you to lean back into it. I want you to pull your heart forward to make the arch. So notice there's a beautiful arch now between the heel and the fingertips. Good. And release the arms down. We're gonna now go into a slight twist. So you're gonna take, if your right knee is forward, you're gonna take your left arm and cross it over the thigh. Place your hands in prayer position and twist, exhale, look towards the ceiling if you can. Good, press that strong foot into the floor. Very nice. And very gently and slowly unwind yourself. Place your hands on the mat. Good. And take that front leg back to tabletop position. You can reach it back and forth, turn it in and out, get your hips all nice and released. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to do the other side. Take the left leg back and then take it forward between the hands. Find your lunge with the knee directly over the ankle. The back knee is still on the ground. Take the forearms crossed over the thigh. And then the hands to the hips. And bending forward and straightening, bending and straightening. Never let the knee come forward of the ankle. Make sure it's tracking straight forward, straight back. Good. Coming to the forward part of the lunge. And crossing the forearms, leaning forward. We're going to lift that back knee. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, reach the heel back. And gently lower it down. Again, lifting the knee, reaching the heel back. And gently lowering it down. One more time. Lift the knee, reach the heel back. And gently lower it down. Beautiful. Coming into the full crescent lunge now. Reaching the arms forward, up to the ceiling. Reach the heart forward and up. Very nice. So we're getting some strengthening as well as opening in this pose. And then gently bring the forearms down again. From here, we're going to go into our twist. So take the right elbow across the thigh, hands in prayer position, exhale, and twist towards your hands. And very gently unwind. Good. And bringing that front leg back. Good. Sitting on the heels just for a moment, hands in the lap. Closing the eyes, allowing the shoulders to rest. Beautiful. We're going to do one more strengthening exercise here. We're going to do plank pose. So come into tabletop again. Hands are bright, open, and flat on the ground. Take your left foot back onto the toes. Good. When you feel nice and solid, you're going to support your spine with your abs. Take this. Lengthen your head straight forward. And when you feel nice and strong, you're going to take the other leg back. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently lower the knees. Good. And we're going to come to laying on the back in Shavasana. So now you can remove the cushion under your knees, lying out long. Feet are as wide as the mat. Toes are falling out. Arms are in a low V with the palms facing the ceiling. Letting everything go. Letting go of the breath. Letting go of the muscles. And resting completely. And gently bringing your attention back into the room, opening the eyes, and setting up for bridge pose. Bring your feet flat on the floor, soles of the feet flat, directly under the sit bones. You should just be able to graze the heels with the fingertips. Arms are by the sides, palms facing the mat. Pressing down into the arms, pressing down into the feet, lift the pelvis up. Keep the shoulders on the ground, back of the head on the ground. And gently roll yourself down and bring the knees towards the chest, hugging the knees towards the chest. Use your abs to bring your nose towards your knees and squeeze in a ball. And gently release the upper body and then the feet. Good, we're going to do this set, 2 more sets. Palms are facing down, press into the arms, press into the feet, lift the pelvis up. Knees are directly over the ankles. And gently roll yourself down. When you're all the way down, your pelvis is down, take the knees towards the chest. Hug the knees towards the chest. Use your abs to bring your nose to your knee. You don't want to feel this in your neck. And gently roll the upper body down and the feet down. Good. And then one more time. Pressing into the palms, pressing into the soles of the feet. Lift the pelvis. And gently rolling yourself down. Knees to the chest. Hug the knees, use your abs to bring your upper body into a ball. And gently release, extending the legs into Shavasana. Palms are facing the ceiling, toes are falling out. Letting everything go. And gently bringing your awareness back into the room. And from here, we're going to move into a simple spinal twist. Again, placing the soles of the feet on the mat, inch your feet together. And allow your knees to fall to the right. Take the arms, shoulder height, out to either side, palms facing the ceiling, and look away from the knees, resting in a spinal twist. Slow, even breaths. Inhale, exhale, bringing the knees up to center. Resetting the spine. Find your spine nice in alignment. And then allow your knees to fall the other direction. And look away from the knees. The arms are shoulder height, reaching long in either direction. Palms are facing the ceiling. And slow, even breaths. Take a nice long inhale. And on the exhale, bring the knees up to center. And find your spine in alignment. Allow the knees, you can walk the feet away from each other and allow the knees to fall together and touch and hold each other up. And just rest here, allow the abdomen to relax. Good. From here, we're going to move into happy baby. So walking the feet to directly under the sit bones and bringing your knees towards your chest and extend the lower leg. So it's like you're standing on the ceiling. The soles of the feet are parallel to the ceiling. Good. From here, you can take the back of the thighs. If you can reach, you can take the ankles. And if you can reach still further, you're going to take the outsides of the soles of the feet. Pull the knees towards the ribs. Notice that the head remains on the ground, the shoulders and upper back remain on the ground. If the tail lifts a little bit, that's fine, but the majority of the back is on the ground. And that is more important than how far you can pull your knees down. So make sure your back is flat. And to keep it flat, you have to hold on to your thighs. That's perfectly fine. Keep breathing. And release the feet, release the thighs, lower the legs down, extend the legs, allow the toes to fall out, resting in Shavasana. Hands are in a low V, palms facing the ceiling. Letting everything go. And gently bringing your awareness back into the room, rotating the wrists and ankles, and rolling completely onto one side. Press yourself up sideways to sit. Good. We're going to sit on the length of the mat with the legs long. We're going to move into a forward fold. So begin with your knees bent and your feet flexed, bringing the heels slightly towards your sit bones. And we're going to inhale, reach the arms up in the air, nice long spine, reach the crown of the head up, and then dive. Exhale, reach the heart forward as you reach for your feet, lengthening the back over the thighs. And then bring the forearms underneath the knees, hugging your knees. So whenever we do a forward fold, we want to be keeping the spine nice and long. It's slightly rounded, but it's still long. We don't want a deep curve in the back. So we're really lengthening our back more than the lower legs, than the back of the legs. That said, if this is still easy for you, then you can inch your heels away from your sit bones, straightening the knees a little bit. So that is how you can get deeper into the pose without compromising the spine. Breathing slowly and evenly. And to come out of the pose, you're going to bring the forearms out from under the knees, place the palms down, and support yourself as you roll up to sit. Very good. Turning the feet in and out, the whole leg in and out at the hip to release the hips. Very good. And from here, we're going to come up to stand. Good, so here we're going to start with a simple Trikonasana, a simple triangle pose. The feet are shoulder width apart. Place the hands in prayer position and reaching the arms over the head. Now the hands are slightly forward of the crown of the head so that you can remain in neutral. We don't want to be in an arched position. Inhale, lengthen the fingertips up to the ceiling, and exhale, bend to the right, pulling the waistline in. Weight is even in the feet. and pushing through the same side you're leaning to. Push through that foot. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling. And exhale to the other side. Keep the weight even between the 2 feet. Whichever side you're leaning to, push through that foot. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release the hands down. Very good. From here, we're going to go into our tree pose, tree pose. So we're going to start with the right foot, and you're going to take the ball of the foot and dig a hole to plant your tree. Place the entire foot on the ground. Shift your weight onto that foot. And the other leg can be out to the side pointed, or it can be directly next to your standing leg. You can also place it on the ankle, on the calf, or the upper leg. But do not place it on the knee. You don't want a heel or anything on the side of the knee. It's either above or below. Opening the knee to the side. Take your belly towards the spine to support the spine, and press the hands together in prayer position. Find a focal point at eye level. So your focus is going to help you balance. If you find yourself losing your balance, you're going to press the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot, so you can feel the inner thighs light up a little bit. That'll help you with your balance. Crown of the head reaches up. And gently release the legs. And release the hands. Touch the ground. Good. And then the other side. Left foot forward. Dig your hole. Place the foot in the hole. Shift the pelvis over the foot. You're going to place your other leg. It's going to be on the ground out, on the ground right underneath you, on the calf, or above the knee. Open the knee to the side and press the hands together in prayer position. Reach the crown of the head up. Find a focal point at eye level. Go to the breath. If you find yourself losing balance, press the foot into the thigh into the foot. Press the palms together. Reach up with the crown of the head. And gently lower the leg. And release the hands. Touch the ground. And release the hips. Very nice. We're going to do one last pose today. We're going to do mountain pose, Tadasana. The feet are together and touching. Toes are touching. Heels are touching. Hands in prayer position. And reach them up over the head. Again, slightly in front of the crown of the head. So that if you looked up, you should be able to see your little fingers. Look up slightly And from here, close your eyes, holding only 1 minute. And gently release the hands, gently release the feet, and open the eyes. From here, we're going to come to laying on our back in Shavasana. The feet are as wide as the mat. Toes are falling out. Hands are in a low V. Palms facing the ceiling. Closing the eyes. Letting everything go. So we've done the work, we've done some stretching, we've done some strengthening, we've exerted our body a little bit, and now we rest. So whenever we do a little bit of exertion in Hatha style yoga, then we want to do an amount of rest. So we bring the heart rate up slightly, maybe the breath rate goes up very slightly, not a lot, but a little bit, and then we release that again. So what we're doing is practicing bringing our body back down to homeostasis from any kind of exertion. We don't want to stay in this turned on, stressed state. We want to always come back to relaxation, always come back to relaxation. So we're training our body to recuperate after any kind of stress, physical, mental, any kind of stress. We bring it back down afterwards. So the Shavasana is very important, and the relaxation is just as important as the exertion. So lying in Shavasana, relaxing the feet. My feet are relaxed. Relaxing the knees. My knees are relaxed. Relaxing the hips. My hips are relaxed. Relaxing the waist. My waist is relaxed. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms. My shoulders, my arms are relaxed. Relaxing the head and the neck, my head, my neck, all relaxed. Unfurling the brow, releasing the jaw, allowing the eyes to be heavy in the socket, letting everything go, resting completely in Shavasana. Gently bringing your attention back into the room and wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling the wrists, rolling the ankles. And take your arms overhead in a nice deep stretch. And stretching to the left side and then the right. And rolling completely onto one side. Press yourself up sideways to sit. Thanks so much for joining us today, everyone. Hope you're well, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a wonderful evening. Namaste.